Hey, everybody, welcome to iCan Cafe's session on Goodreader Part 2. If you are jumping into Part 2 without Part 1, that's fine. Just remember that Part 1 gave you the general overview of how to navigate, so we're going to assume you already know how to do that. Okay, so we're going to focus now on how to actually do something with a document. Okay, first of all, we're going to annotate a file, and the one we're going to annotate is that World War II history document. So on the left-hand side, I'm going to go to my history folder, and I'm going to click or just tap on the document that we downloaded, which was this one. Okay. Now, the first thing you might notice is there are a lot of menu items here on the bottom. If I tap this, okay, and I hold on to the document, I click I get this menu item if I hold my finger on the document, and if I click main menu, that'll give me all of this stuff, and at the bottom there's a slider that will allow me to slide through to any page that I want to view. Okay, go back and forth all over the place. So go back here. Okay, now if I want, on the right-hand side, again, I'm going to hold my finger on the document, click main menu again. Oops, main menu. On the top here, I see this pin. If I click the pin, that will keep that menu item there. You may want to keep it there, you may not want to keep it there, but just so you know, otherwise it will disappear every now and then. And if I swipe through, I now have the ability to make some notations as you're going to be required to do on your documents. Let's talk about our options here. The first one is if I go down in the menu on the right-hand side, again, I've sort of stuck the menu there so it's always available to me. There are a lot of things I can do. If I go all the way through, let's say I want to, where do I want to go to? Here's something. Let's say that this is a page that you want to bookmark for yourself. So the first item up there, I'm going to click bookmark, and you're going to say this is page 7, first picture. Okay, whatever. So I've just added a bookmark, and you're going to find out later on that that's going to be important. So I'm going to blah, blah, blah. I'm going through. Now I want to do something whereby I go down below bookmark now to the typewriter icon, and it says it's going to do it in purple. I can change the color to any color I want, and I'm going to put my finger here. And as soon as I want to start modifying the file, it's now going to give me this dialog box and says, the first time modifying file. And it says if you want to change this file or do you want to create a separate copy. And again, your teachers will probably give you some ideas to what they would prefer, but this is an option for you. Just so that you understand what it looks like, I'm going to say create an annotated copy. All right. And that essentially just duplicates this whole document and allows me to annotate the duplicate. So in case I make a mistake or I want to go back and look at the original, I have that available to me without all of my modifications. But your teachers may say, no, we want you to definitely annotate the original one. And it's probably not that big a deal, just so that you know what that means. So this is some typing, and I'm going to save it. And there it is, and I can put my finger over it and get a menu and say, well, I want to do it in 12 point, or I can hold my finger over it and I want to, hold my finger over it and I want to change the color. I can go make it, I prefer if it's red. I'm going to select that. And then I can hold my finger over it and I can move it. I can move it down here if I wish. Okay, and I can click done. Anyway, so there's an annotation that I made using the typing app. Okay, here's a map. What do I want to do? I want to say, oh, okay, I'm going to put a note here. I'm going to hold my finger over Portugal and I'm going to click this call out button and say, this is a pop-up note. Save. And I can put my finger over that and I can also move it. Okay, move it anywhere I want. Okay, done moving. So there's another item. Okay, keep going. And on this page, let's say I want to now, in my right-hand menu, I'm going to go down to the next one. I'm going to click highlight. What color do you want to highlight? I'm going to use yellow. And then anywhere you want, let's say this were an important passage here, you can highlight that, all right? And on the top there says save. Do you want to save that highlight? Yes, I'm going to save that. And maybe in addition to that, you want to call out, so I'm going to put a call out there, and I'm going to say this is an important passage. Okay. And I'm going to leave that call out note there. So anyway, you get the idea. Also on this page, I'm going to go down and say you can do strike throughs. I don't know, that tends to be less common, but you can do it. I can do some underlining stuff if I want to do that. Okay. And I have shapes. I'm going to make this red, rectangle, but I have many options I can choose from. And I'm going to just hold my finger over the page and I get a rectangle. I can adjust the size of the rectangle. Let's say I just want to have it, and I'm going to move this around. Let's say I want to have it over this passage here, maybe these couple of sentences, and I'm going to leave it right there. Okay, so there are a lot of things you can do, okay, including free form, all right, and you can just draw on the text if you so wish. Okay, I need to change that. I'm going to change that to blue, and I can take that and draw around if you want to circle things or however you want to do it. There are, I'm going to save these things. There are a lot of ways, but primarily you'll be highlighting and putting notes for yourself as you use this with your readers so that you can go back and check it out. And the last thing I'm going to do, since I made a lot of notes here, I'm going to add another bookmark. It's page 14 with lots of notes. Okay, so I've made some bookmarks. All right, great. So now I have done this and I've annotated my copy here. And I'm going to go back to holding this down to main menu. And on the bottom here, if you look, there's a book icon. I'm clicking on this book icon. And this particular reader here that I downloaded from the web actually has, if I go to, let's go to bookmarks first. I added 2 bookmarks that you saw me do just a couple of minutes ago. And there's page 7, okay, and that's the picture. If I go back here to my bookmarks, there's page 14 with lots of notes. So you have immediately the ability to navigate within your document with regards to the bookmarks that you have made on the document. The next one over is outlines. Now this particular document came with chapters. Now not all of them will, but this one did. A lot of large PDFs do come with them. And this particular PDF is chapters, so the Pacific War, let's say, the tide turns. And that will take me right to this particular chapter. Again, that's only if it comes with those particular ones. And then again, annotations. And these are the annotations that you've made. So if I wanted to find out, oh my gosh, where did I do this typing thing? Oh, that's where that was. Go back. Where was that pop-up note? Oops, go back here. Let's see, where was this? Oh, I needed to know that this is an important passage. Where is that? Oh, okay, there we go. All right, so there we go. And it'll highlight the one that I marked as the important passage. So any of the notations that you make are going to be there for you. Okay, so how you annotate this and whatnot, and you want to think about what you're doing to the document. Just in terms of naming, so you don't want to get a massive list. So anyway, that is how you make annotations, and that is how you highlight and do all that great stuff with your document. Now I'm going to show you, again, let's take a word here. I'm going to say parachute. Okay, I've just highlighted the word. I held my finger over the word parachute, and right here there is the, little spyglass, parachute. Let's go back to parachute here. Okay, I lost it, there we go. I'm going to click on the spyglass, and I'm going to get dictionary option. Ah, darn it. Spyglass, hello. There we go, spyglass, dictionary. And it's going to look up parachute for me, and there we go. Not that you wouldn't know what parachute is, but there are a lot of things you might want to look up. I'll do it again, and this time I can do Wikipedia. Yes, Wikipedia. and it'll take me to Wikipedia, and it should have parachute. There we go. All right, we can go back here. So that's how to use a search function in terms of looking up words, which is actually very nice to have. Okay, I can also, if I go down here to my main menu, I can click. I have another icon down here. There's another spyglass, which is a search, and I can type in things like, for example, parachute. I can search, and it will find the word for me. Okay. I'm now going to go back. I'm going to get out of this and go back here. Notice that, and here's my documents. In history, I have 2 documents it shows me, and if I click on that folder, see it's got the that CMH pub, the one we downloaded, and then the one that we annotated. Okay, so if this is what I was talking about when it asks you, do you want to annotate the one that you downloaded and to make all those annotations on the original, or do you want to have a copy? And this is all it means, that you're going to get a duplicate there. So you want to think about that, whether you want to keep one in reserve or not. Again, you might want to ask your teachers. But clearly the one that's annotated is the one that's going to have all of your work on it. Okay. All right, well, you should know now everything that you really need to get started with Goodreader so that you're ready to go with your classes. I wish you the best of luck. Thank you for watching this iCan Cafe session on Goodreader, and we'll talk to you soon.